Welcome back to another episode of Blockchain Boys. We are here in NYC for a very special episode. As always, my co-host Jonathan Henson, aka the NFT Hook, is here, and he's going to introduce us to the most guests we've ever had on this show at one point.
Right.
But a very interesting and I think something that everyone is going to want to find out a lot about. So, John, tell us who we have here today.
We have the guys over at Lifestyle DAO. It's something they started. We're going to get into all that, but we're in New York. We're at Common Ground Bar. We're having a little get together after this, but now we just introduce you guys, yourselves, and tell us about what you got going on.
I'd say first of all, let's just go down the line, just kind of introduce each one of you guys.
How's it going? I'm Alex Barron. I'm one of the founders of Lifestyle DAO, and this is my brother Blake.
So I'm Blake. I'm one of the founders too.
Mike Mamola, an advisor to these two fine gentlemen in Lifestyle DAO.
By the way, I like the gear. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Lifestyle
yeah.
DAO. I think that's big in the space. And so let's start. Tell us, how'd you guys? Were you guys sitting in a room together? How did this kind of come to be?
Yes. I would say the NFT space, we've been in it for a little close to a year now.
Trading
NFTs.
Okay.
DJ.
Crypto.
Hold that thought. Keep going.
And I would say crypto a few years now. He was even in it way before me. Not way before, but before, and got me addicted to it. But getting into the NFTs was close to a year ago. I was at college. Was going into my senior year. I had my fun freshman to junior year, and then I got there senior year, and I was like, what am I about to do?
Yeah.
There's nothing to do. It's not too fun. So I literally just sat in my room, I would say 20 out of the 24 hours of the day, just trading NFTs. He saw me going crazy of, I got to stay up at 4 a.m. for this mint. I didn't get it. I'm going crazy.
Okay.
A lot of frantic FaceTimes. I would say that.
Yep.
No, that's
A lot of good problems.
Do you have a memory of your first NFT, first thing you bought, or first thing that went wrong? You got a good story for us?
We definitely got the first really good thing, and then the first rug.
Perfect.
We've, as many people, I'm sure everybody here at this table has experienced.
Everyone has experienced
a rug.
You haven't experienced a rug, you're not in crypto.
Yeah.
I very much so agree with that statement, and I think that a lot of that rug culture and kind of bad things that occurred, in experiences, actually drove us towards this path. Blake and I had been going back and forth while he was at school. I was finishing up law school and really going through we want to do a project. We want to build something. We had a list of, 20 plus ideas all around one concept, and one concept only that's utility. We knew now everybody has woken up and said that, it's all about utility. Yep. We've been saying utility since last summer. It's kind of like the 3 rules of real estate: location, location, location. The 3 rules of blockchain, in my opinion, and Blake's, is utility. Okay. And that's what we're here to do with Lifestyle DAO, is bring in real life utility on day one. And that's we can give you kind of more of a breakdown of kind of the services that you get.
Yeah, for sure, because utility is something, obviously, we talk about utility a lot. We always talk about how are you going to keep improving utility and keep having value in that NFT, and especially with the DAO, I think you guys are on a good path for that, man.
Especially just speaking from a general NFT project. So the project I'm heavily invested in is Gutter Cat Gang, because there's utility in that we have really dope parties, one of which I'll bring you guys to later this week. Right. But the thing is, these parties only really happen, kind of around these events or, at stuff like this. So can we just talk about sort of, just how, you were speaking a little bit before, it doesn't really matter where you'd be. You guys are trying to increase utility for everyone, maybe not collectively, in that they're going to come together for a party, but just improve their experience wherever they may be.
For sure. So I think that there is definitely a community aspect to Lifestyle DAO. Our goal is to have community involvement, community participation. But in the way of individuality is that, you own that individual NFT, you're able to connect your wallet to our member portal and then interact with experiences and based on your tier level of the NFT with the Lifestyle DAO.
That's cool. And so I looked up, I was on the page, I saw because I'm a big lifestyle DAO guy. I'm super into it. I love what you guys are.
I'd say you're even just a big
know,
lifestyle guy.
I'm a big lifestyle guy in general. Like, so this is something that actually I would love to be a part of. I am a part of, and as far as how you guys are kind of, I guess, road mapping it, kind of what's going on now, what maybe you guys have kind of planned for the future, and so on and so forth.
Sure. So I just want to start off and say that, like, we said about utility, and we said about, that was our primary goal. I think that two problems that, like, my brothers and I identified from the beginning was that the lack of utility that these projects have, as well as the customer experience and how to actually mint the NFTs. And, Mike can give, as he's involved in a venture that we're collaborating with during our mint, is that our goal is to allow Lifestyle DAO to be an entree for people to come into the blockchain space. We have, numerous family friends with tons of money but no crypto, right. And they say, well, what am I going to do with that crypto? What am I going to do with that ETH? And we want Lifestyle DAO, as well as any project that we become involved with, is that to show that there is utility to this. And, at the end of the day, not only is there utility, but it's easy for a user to interact with it. And that's something that we've discussed with NFT Pay that has really been an excellent feature.
Mike, don't be shy down there. Talk to us. Tell us your story. Talk to us.
My story is 20 years as a trial lawyer, and started really getting into tech over the last 5 years as an angel investor and entrepreneur, and really just went all in crypto in 2017, and then NFTs about 14 months ago, and started meeting different individuals involved with different projects, and politely declined a lot of them that come by because there's not utility. There's not something in the real world. And if we're going to be involved in a project, it has to be something meaningful. Right. It has to be something that's going to make something better for people on an individual level or collectively for humanity. And so when I had the opportunity to meet these guys, I was like, wow, this is something, right? So when we look at, psychologically, what do people want? We know what people want these days. It's experiences. Right? Over assets. 100%. People want experiences. So if we could tie these two things together with technology and the experiences that people want, perfect. Let's do it. And so off we went. With regard to what Alex is talking about, NFT Pay creates a seamless opportunity because, like he said, 96% of people don't have wallets. Right. 96% of the world don't have wallets. What is a wallet? How do I do this? How do I buy it? So NFT Pay came up with a really creative and seamless opportunity for people to, in under a minute, 3 clicks, buy an NFT with their credit cards. Very easy. So now people, like he said, friends and family members who say, hey, I want to support, I want a part of that, I want to be able to get there, but I don't know anything about these wallets, they'll be able to do it. So creating an opportunity for those experiences to be had by all.
I love that, because now they're like, I don't have a wallet, Bitcoin, Ethereum, but NFT Pay,
right?
Use that for credit card or debit card, and you can support the movement. So as far as this DAO goes, some DAOs have voting interests and things like that. Are you guys utilizing that kind of part of what you guys are doing?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say the DAO is definitely the biggest part. When we came up with this idea, it was like, Alex was like, we need to do a DAO.
Yeah.
Was because, I mean, in general, if it's a business, if it's a different project, everyone wants to stay involved. They want to have a say. If it's in life, if it's in anything else, they want to have a say. So, like, our biggest thing was, like, in real life events was like, oh, where do we want to have a party? Vegas, LA, Hamptons, even Puerto Rico, and globally. Where our members could choose, because I think that's a huge part. They don't want to have it as like a dictatorship.
Right.
I know. I mean, I've been in a couple projects now that it does seem like a dictatorship, and everyone's just going off in the Discord. And like, I mean, that's another point too. Like, our biggest thing when we came out with this was we don't want to have a Discord and we don't want to have a Telegram, because I mean, our experience. Our younger brother has even used Discord for even longer than us.
Using
but like
Discord, like before Discord became.
He was using Discord just to Discord, like literally.
Yeah, but I mean, that was our biggest thing. Was just it's too complicated. There's too many things going on, and what he said about the member portal, it makes it legit. It makes it like a real community. And also another thing that we're thinking of doing. Postman is a whole mobile application where people can book their experiences and communicate with other people.
And it's in furtherance of the web portal that is going to be available on day one post mint,
Okay.
and more in depth about like the DAO. So like right now, Lifestyle DAO is an LLC, and it's owned by its founding team. All across the board, and our goal is to fully transition into a DAO within the first year. And throughout that transition, though, we want members to interact and participate on day one. And so, like Blake had said about the votes, there will be a programming map that's released and has, we're going to be voting on. We're doing an event in X amount of days. Where should we have it? Like Blake said, with those locations, as well as there's a charity and philanthropic component to it. A charity that we're going to be collaborating with is called Cycle for Survival. They're owned and operated by Memorial Sloan Kettering, and it's a cause that our family holds very dear to our hearts. And we not only want to get involved by donating portions of funds and having the community also vote on disbursements from the charity wallet, but also we want to collaborate with people like Cycle for Survival who have these events and have these cycling events, and invite our members to now get involved with other charitable organizations. So Lifestyle DAO, in the crux of it, is a top level conglomerate of all these different services. You take Clear, you take Select Card, you take top level concierge, and you put it all together. And our goal is to continue to build the utility day after day. And our members' utility is our number one priority, as well as the ability for them to interact with each other and with the DAO itself.
And that was the biggest thing. Like a year ago, and this is where the space is going now, is utility. But before, it was people were selling their idea and then going out and getting their partnerships or whatever they want to do after they have the money. And like the main thing, what we said when we came out with this was, we don't want to sell anything if we can't provide it. And that goes for anything. So that's why we're doing the dirty work now with reaching out and making these relationships with these companies. And for post mint, everyone can have their utility day one.
No, I love that. And just to like compare it to another DAO that I've just seen just as a trader in the space, and not to say anything bad about them, but Links DAO, it's kind of the same thing you were just speaking of. People are buying into these NFTs, the floor is coming up, it's going down a little bit, but they still don't have a golf course they can go to. I know they're working on a couple partnerships and stuff, but you guys are doing it kind of, I would say, a little bit like a Web 2 version in terms of the start, but bringing it to Web 3 and being able to onboard the masses by allowing people to mint just straight with the credit card. I want to ask a quick question about NFT Pay specifically. So do you guys create the wallet for them on there, or is it just, do you buy the NFT on there and then you're able to send it to a wallet?
NFT Pay integrates right into the project seamlessly, so people can go right on to the project and one click right in.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's really amazing.
Just as you'd press mint, like you're pressing mint with a credit card, and like Mike said, it's 3 steps. Personally, when I was at NFT Miami, I minted an NFT with a credit card through this platform, and the minute I saw it, I was like, okay, we had been meeting with multiple kind of similar types of services, and this was, so easy, so seamless. And Mike said, is like, a lot of these people do not have wallets. Most of these people do not have wallets. So the ability for there to be a custodian in the beginning to fully onboard them and make them feel comfortable is, much better why we want to use it.
Yeah,
that's dope. And then, as far as DAOs go too, there's also bigger goals, right? The DAO that wanted to buy the Constitution, and certain, the Links DAO, even their goal, with the golf course, and so Cross House DAO 15. And so, we kind of spoke briefly, you guys have kind of those bigger goals in mind, like to utilize this community to no one's done it yet, and it's gonna happen.
I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
Like we got some crazy ideas
Yeah.
that people would say to us, like, "You're literally crazy."
Yeah.
But
That's Web
people
3,
don't.
baby.
Yeah, exactly. Web3 makes everything happen, and that's the way it is. But we have plans to buy an island and make it Lifestyle DAO and have people come there, and it's like a country club. And going back to utility, I always say to people that don't understand, you join a country club, pay a membership fee every single year to then gain access to a golf course, a pool, a clubhouse, same thing. It's the same exact thing. You
That-
buy the NFT, you gain access to everywhere.
That's kind of what we spoke about earlier in the game, right? Like going to my financial guy, right? Like, hey, thinking about buying this cat or this dog or this ape, and he's like, what do you mean? I said, well, you have membership to the most exclusive club in the city in North Carolina. This is our new thing, right? Like, this is our club, this is our community. So, you know, people are coming around.
I think what he said to you was, he's like, oh wait, you want to buy a picture of an ape for 60 grand? He goes, I could just draw you a picture of an ape and send it over to you.
I'll just draw you one. Do you like dogs? Okay, how about I draw you Frenchies? Let me draw you a Frenchie. Send it over. That's the old school thinking, and so that's why this is so dope. I hope he's watching. Send it to him.
No, absolutely. And then just kind of bringing it back to the DAO. So you kind of spoke on that. You guys are fully owning and operating it now, and you're going to transition that ownership. Is that going to be via just the non-fungible tokens, like just the NFTs, or are you guys thinking about like potentially like launching a token and having some sort of like governance token where you can vote on say similar to like Bankless DAO has?
So our goal is to keep it to the NFT and have the voting rights be onto the NFT. We're not going to allow like fractional ownership. So it's either you sell off the full NFT or with your voting rights and with your access, or you hold on to it and you can participate. Going back to what you said about the kind of like how we're building this thing in the Web 2 model and how you were saying about things up our sleeves. We're not building this as an NFT project. We're also not pitching it to people as an NFT project. We're building a global enterprise for people using blockchain technology.
You're buying an NFT, but you're buying a membership.
You're buying a membership to interact. This is not an investment. This is not something that you should expect to get money out of. People pay over 15 grand a year for Quintessentially. People pay thousands of dollars for Cultivist and all these different La Faina in Miami, all these different places. Soho House, yes. And like there's all the
not anymore.
Lifestyle house. You know what I mean?
There's all these different kind of existing models that are out there that work, and our goal is to continue that feeding that need of people who want to live at the top level, who want to be in the exclusive parts of the world and exclusive trips, exclusive dinners and stuff like that. And we want to be able to provide a solution and a platform for them to interact with those experiences.
There's definitely a gap in that market, especially with the blockchain technology and just the metaverse and Web3. There's just a gap. And if you can, you guys are well on your way to finding a way to integrate and just delve into that, right? And people want to be cool. People want to hang out. You know what I'm saying? So Lifestyle DAO, I told you guys from day one, it's amazing. You know what I mean? And so, definitely looking forward to the future. And,
I mean, even from an athlete's view, even Eric Holman has said, this is huge for athletes because, if you're not playing, you're traveling, you want to do nice things. And they say there's always problems with the concierge. There's always problems with booking. So these athletes want to feel a part of something. They want to feel like, oh, they can call them up. I need to go here. I want to go here tonight. And there be no problems.
I like that. That's because definitely a problem sometimes, got to hit this guy up or that guy, and they got to book here, and can you send me the confirmation number? So
we're bringing all those guys together, so you have to hit up one person, and we'll handle all the guys, all the people that we need to hit up to make it happen.
That's dope.
No, I love that, and what you guys were saying earlier about how you're building this worldwide, global, borderless enterprise. I mean, I feel like that is going to be the most successful NFT projects. If you look at Bored Ape or Doodles, they're not an NFT project, they're creating a brand.
Yep.
And
100%.
that's what you guys are aiming to do. But in the lifestyle space, which honestly, this is the first time that I've seen something like this. It's
and that's saying a lot.
It is, because it's
seriously,
it's ridiculous. I'm shocked, honestly, that there hasn't been a hotel chain that comes out and says let's say this NFT is 5 ETH to mint or something, and you get to stay once a month or something for a weekend for free or something like that, or just a restaurant doing something like that. So I feel like you guys are kind of encompassing all of it. So I'm super excited to get in. So do we have a mint date yet? When mint?
So I mean, mint date is in the next few weeks. It's not set right now because a lot of things going on with the partnerships and finalizing. But
And the
within
state of the market as well.
Yeah,
in the state of the market too.
you know, this
that's
is
totally
an
fair.
NFT podcast as well. So, give us your take on what's going on. How we feeling about it? We saw the guys in live time outside or wherever downtown with the pickets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
NFT lives matter stuff.
Oh yeah, shout out to Bobby Hundreds.
Yeah, he's trolling. But
all of
yeah,
us
so
NFTers.
how do you guys feel about the market now, and what's your outlook on
So
it?
we
man? Talk to me.
got down to triple digit ETH, but looking a little more stable now. So I think we're like 11 last time I checked.
Yeah. I mean, we probably all knew this was going to happen. If it go up, if it can go up that high, it's got to go down at some point. One thing I always say, like Alex, is like I did a lot of research on Bitcoin of the halving and the mining shortage that every like 4 years.
Super cycle.
They cut the mining supply. So I mean, if you cut the supply, it goes through the roof.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, don't want to make any estimates, but Bitcoin and everything else, Bitcoin will be over 100,000 by 2024, I think.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
I hope. But I mean, like, in terms of it now, like, I mean, not just crypto. You look at the stock market, you look the whole world right now.
Yeah.
Whole world's not in a great place, but I mean, once something starts getting moving, everything will get moving. But
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of the cycle.
yep.
I've been through it before. I tell the story. I think I've told it before. Like, my financial guy calls me. He's like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" I said, "As soon as it gets back even,
Right.
we're out." And he called me like late 2020. He was like, "Hey, look, you're in 3x. It's time to go." I was like, "Get me out of there!" Right? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm bullish on it now because I've been through that phase. And you know, back in 2017, you know, we thought the world had ended, right? As far as crypto goes, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not even that bad.
There for a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah. What else we got?
Mike, what are your thoughts on the state of the market? And
Similar. I mean, look, typical attorney disclaimer, not financial advice, right? None of this is legal.
Right, we have to
never-
say that. I'm
never
glad he said that.
financial
We got a lot of
advice.
attorneys in the room, law
Let's
school
make that
guys.
clear to everyone. Do
Here
your
we
own
go.
research, DYOR, right? But it's a
Perfect.
correction, and we see. I mean, we are knowingly in a very volatile market, very volatile industry, and this is a filter. It's a cleansing process, so good for it, right? Let's filter out some of the junk because it's going to make things better. 19,500 cryptocurrencies out there. How many are out there now? Let's figure out what should stay.
Like a couple 5 to 6 new ones every week.
Yeah,
It seems like.
and NFT projects. Let's figure out which ones are the lifestyle DAOs that, you know, the cream rises to the top kind of thing. And I think that's what's happening here.
Also, guys, in those DMs, when you get those cool links that look so enticing,
Oh,
maybe don't
man.
click on it. Or like you go into Discord to find everything else. How about you go into the Discord, ask people, have anybody? And when people say no, you just leave it alone, man, because they're coming. As the space is getting more popular, the scams are going to get better. And, you know, stop clicking those links. They're not coming
and
to
no
your
one's
house.
safe. No one's safe on them. Like,
No one's safe.
yeah, but also you got to think of it from like their point of view. Like, I mean, you got to be. Why would the owner of the project DM you
Yes.
when it's one sold out?
Yes.
And like it's probably going for $5,000 too.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Yep.
it's just, I mean, something's got to be wrong. I mean,
Yes.
I have friends that it's happened to, and I'm like, it's happened to like the same kid 3 times, and I'm like,
At some point,
didn't you get it before the first? Or?
You need me to send you a message with the link so you can get that out of your system? Like, no, it's crazy.
I was gonna say at some point you just got to figure it out. Yeah. Actually, it's funny. So speaking of us, here at NFT NYC, a big thing, at a lot of these events are people will go around and put up their stickers, and they'll have like the QR codes on them. Saw a report today on Twitter that there was reports of a QR code that was draining people's wallet.
Right.
So basically,
he called that at NFT Miami. They were handing out QR
That's
codes. He was like,
crazy.
make sure you don't
so
scam
if you
this.
scan a QR code that you don't know or you are unsure of, it could scan your drain your wallet because it's just the same as clicking a link.
Yes.
So,
Crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy that people even want to like think like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna make a QR code and then I'm gonna just go out and like crazy.
It's an intelligent space, right? A lot of intelligent people in this space. So there's going to be a lot more intelligent scams. By the way, speaking of QR codes, can we see the back of that shirt? Because this is a legit QR code, by the way. So this goes straight to the Instagram, right? That goes straight. It goes straight to the Instagram.
Wait, should we get a live?
We get a live shot. I thought this was the coolest. I can say shit on here. Coolest shit ever.
Yeah, we can cuss. Shit.
Cause those and so when I looked at that, man, I thought that
right
was
to the link tree.
right to the link tree. So yeah, all social, website, Instagram.
Boom. You seen it here first.
And we haven't
Lifestyle
seen
DAO,
that, which is kind of we haven't seen that a lot either. Like the back of shirts, QR codes like that. I mean, I thought that was pretty clever.
Especially that style. Like
Shout out to Spenny B on that one.
Oh yeah,
B, hey,
he's another guy. He's a beast on when it comes to graphic design.
okay.
No one can do what he can do. I don't. Sorry, excuse my language, but I'm not gonna bullshit.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah, this is
He's a legit, and he's still in college.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea, and like I said, I'll never forget this quote from the owners of the Milwaukee Bucks. They have this financial symposium where you could come and ask. They bring all their business friends. You ask them all these questions, and the question they got a lot was how. What did you think of? How did you create this? And they said, you know what we did? It was just common sense. We saw a lot of people with cell phones. And so we bought a cell phone tower company that was going bad. And so I think it's the same thing with you guys. I mean, like Max said, we haven't seen this from the gear to the QR code in the back. I mean, seems like it's common sense, and you guys are, on your way. I'm excited to be a part of it.
You know what you reminded me of when you just said that is Sharon Lecter, who co-authored Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you haven't read that, you should probably read that book. And she says the best businesses provide solutions, right? What are we doing here? We're providing a solution for people, and that's what people are looking for. That's what the best businesses, the best DAOs, that's what they're doing.
It's dope.
And I just want to add to that point of like the best solutions, going back to when we were still trading NFTs heavily, we were, brainstorming, we wrote out 20, 25 different ideas for projects. And one late night in the summer of 2021, Blake came into my room and he was like, I got it. Like, this is it. He came in, he said, this is what we've got to do with the concierge. We got to do this. I came in with the DAO aspect. We realized we were like, this is the first step to creating a solution for what we want to build over time. Yeah. And that's continuously providing projects with utility. This is the solution, step one. It also, like in our mind, was that, if we don't do this, this is going to be an Uber in 5 years. This is going to be a Lyft or an Airbnb. And, during the last economic downturn, we had amazing companies that are superiorly successful right now, like Airbnb, Uber, and so on, that now are run the world and are used every single day. And just to cap off that point about utility, I think back to the days when I had an iPod Touch when the iPhone first came out, and we had the lighter app. And you thought you were so cool that like the aerodynamic, I don't even know what the name is, but like it could like move, and you're like, oh, that's so cool. And like the virtual beer app, and like none of those are used today because there's no utility, but you still have Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, all these different platforms and apps that are used constantly. So we realized, we were like, we want to create something that's going to be around in 10, 15, 20 years. People like Gary Vaynerchuk said, I'm building my project for the next 50 years. Yep. What we're looking to do is build projects that are going to last for 50 years, that are going to be self-serving, economies inside Lifestyle DAO and within other projects that we do.
We might have a late comer.
We got a shout out to my guy Eric
in the house.
This is perfect because we were like wrapping up, so this is good. This is what we needed some more time. So welcome. Lifestyle. I like your hat.
Oh, appreciate it.
I like your hat.
Home team.
Oh yeah.
So we ask everybody else. Talk to us about how you got into it. How you feel about the space and so on and so forth, man.
Yeah, well, I've known the Barons for quite some time now through family, and we started talking about this idea of the lifestyle DAO, and putting together something, adding in some great people, making some great relationships, and so we got to work. It didn't take long for us to start adding people to the mix, and and growing the business, and it's been awesome, man. It was just an amazing idea, and now we kind of created it, and now it's reality, and we're almost here. So it's pretty special.
Come a long way.
Oh yeah,
Come a long way.
Nah, this we've been talking about it, how just the utility, just how the DAO started and how what's the future of essentially everything from DAOs to cryptos, NFTs, and so we never got your NFT. Can we get like a NFT story, man? Like a rug pull story, or
Like
something?
the aha. I think.
I mean,
We get a good one. We get a good one, man.
First
He has-
NFT ever purchased.
Yes.
yeah, I mean, that's what I was gonna say
Okay.
before
And then I'll give you mine.
All right.
Something like, I don't remember the full name. I'm not even gonna name drop it, but it was like Hippo something. And we ended up. I was like, listen, we gotta get like 10 of these. I was like, if you want to like make the money, you gotta go big or go home.
Right.
And like, so we ended up getting 10 of these, and yeah, I mean, they ended up minting out in like 30 minutes. This is the first one I'm going in. I was used to just looking on YouTube, all these people making money, so I'm like, okay, like. Mint 10 of them. An hour later, they're like down to like $50. And we minted them for 300 each.
Yeah.
Got like 10 of them, and like, I mean, like, oh, like I probably just messed up, and like Alex is like, it's all good. And then at this point, I'm like addicted already. I'm like with crypto being involved, and like, I mean, the art picture, the PFPs are like, they're cool, but like,
Bro, I have to this day crypto tickers in my house. Like I got one in my office, and like
Yep.
one over here, like just like watching the price, and that's just like the worst thing ever because I'm like watch TV and I'm like looking over like, oh, it's down. Like it's
The way that I think about that is that because personally, like I haven't checked my wallet throughout this entire like downturn because I know that I'm not going to like the way that it looks.
Yeah.
But it's like if you check your wallet constantly, it's kind of like a young person checking their Instagram likes like every 2 seconds.
Yep.
And it's something that like I think that it's very similar and kind of like screws with that mental psyche. And so it's like we're, especially during this downturn, like we want to keep on, and we're like fortunate enough that we can do this, and we're grateful for this opportunity, but we want to keep on building because we know that this is going to come back. We know that there's still people that are all around the world that want to use this utility. So no matter what the state it is, we're going to keep on building.
I'm treating this whole everything from stocks to cryptos, and it's like the hurricane, right? In hurricane, you board up your windows, you shut your door, you bring your furniture in, you lock the house up, and when it's over, you open up and you see the damage, you go with your day, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how you have to treat this whole, bear market, and it'll be all right. It's so early.
It's like weathering the storm, but then also it's like the bear market is where the building is done. Like you're completely right. It's like that is where people can just, bear down, get with their team, just be like, let's get this shit done and let's go do it. And it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of a benefit, that the market's kind of pulling back. I guess for me, someone who is late to crypto, it kind of gives me a second chance at these bear market prices. But for you guys, it kind of gives you like a chance to like get these partnerships solidified, get everything like, sealed on the back end, and get this like ready to launch and do it the right way. And, kind of when I think about this, and you're speaking to like, Airbnb and the concierge earlier, it's almost like you guys are a fully encompassing, like, decentralized concierge service almost. It might be a little like,
you always say it's a
high level.
conglomerate. As Alex always,
hey, clip that, Josh.
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say off of that, as Alex always says, it's like Lifestyle DAO is a conglomerate of like all these brands. It's a lifestyle brand, so like fashion, restaurants, anything you can name that has to do with the lifestyle, we do. So.
Yeah, and back to your point about kind of like building during the bear market, and Mike really hit that point on the head. Is like this is like a cleansing. This is kind of like taking all the people who were in it just for the money, like, and saying like, do you have the wherewithal to stay in this? And we're the type of people. Everybody who's sitting at this table is like that. We're not just in it for the money. Obviously, we love making money, but the bottom line is we're in it for the utility.
Legacy.
We're in it for the legacy. We're in it to build many projects thereafter. We always say is like Lifestyle DAO is the warm up, and we have tons of other like things up our sleeves to collaborate with Lifestyle DAO and to create this ecosystem. And we're just so excited to not only have the opportunity to do it, but the opportunity to do it with such an amazing team. Our team is very diverse with all different backgrounds and skills, and it's growing every single day. Like John, you've just joined our team officially. Sure. And our goal was that, and Blake and I knew this from the beginning, once we had gotten it to a point where we're like, okay, we really know that we can accomplish this ourselves. And when we went to Eric, we knew that like he was a person that understood what we were going for, and he was the type of person who is not super into crypto, but once he saw that like, oh, this is like actually what you can do with it. Like, then it was like the first like telltale sign of like, okay, we got to do this, because if we can get people like involved that just understand it and really have these diverse backgrounds and can bring this to the right people, then we can, grow this thing in the way that we want to. And so we've never been like naive or over our head where we're like, we're going to do this all ourselves. Right. Like this is, obviously like the Barons are involved. It's a Baron blockchain production in some aspect, but we have a tremendous team behind us and alongside us that has really helped push this to where it has gotten and where it's going to go over time.
Wait, Alex, you said Eric. We're talking about this gentleman. I don't
think
man, we didn't give him the proper introduction.
I was going to say, Eric, like, tell us.
Who are we talking about here?
Eric, tell us about everything. Your career, you played in NFL, like, and also like, shout out to you having this open mind, because some people don't really have the open mind to actually take the time to see and learn, and you eventually got involved. So talk,
Yeah, so Eric Coleman, a 9-year NFL veteran, played for the New York Jets, the Falcons and Lions, and since retiring from football, I started getting into entrepreneurship, started opening businesses, and it's been a wonderful adventure transitioning out of football. But one thing that I love to do is network. That's how I met Mike. That's how I met, most of the people in my life is through my network and through my family. And that's how I met the Barons, through family. And when they came to me with the idea, I had already kind of slightly been involved in crypto, made a couple of purchases here and there. Believe it or not, my mother-in-law, who's this little Italian lady, is immigrant. Yeah. She is like, really got me involved in crypto, because we have it's crazy. She spent all of her money. She's like, oh, you got to buy this one, you got to buy that one, and she's making all this money, and I'm like, what is going on with this? It made me take a deeper dive into it. But when we started talking about Lifestyle DAO, I was like, this really, like, forget the crypto side of it, forget the NFT. Like, this is actually something that I want to be a part of, just off the basis of what it offers. And a lot of people I feel like that aren't even involved with cryptocurrency, with NFTs, who know what that is, they'll see the benefits of it and be like, yo, I see a lot of value in what we're doing. So that's why I was head first. I was all in. I wanted to tell the world about it, tell all my friends about it, all my network, and hopefully, it grows to be something that everyone around the world wants to be a part of as well. So I love growing things. I love being a part of it. I'm thankful, to have the opportunity to be a part of this team, and just happy to help this thing grow.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. And just, speaking to your, athletic background in the NFL, like, is there going to be some, potential sports partnerships, whether it be like with the NFL, NBA and different?
Absolutely. That's what we're working towards. You got to get some sports partnerships. We want to create, ticket packages. We can go see games, some unique experiences. Me working for the Jets, it's like, that's like the automatic, kind of fallback, but it's so much bigger than just one team, or one sport. You can do this for all different sports around the world, concert venues, all kinds of stuff. It's really endless as to what we can do. So, once we, continue to gain ground, we've had a lot of conversations, with some sports organizations, and they're all for it. It's just a matter of trying to figure out the paperwork, trying to get them over that hump of trusting the fact that, right, oh, this is NFT. Like, oh wait, I'm kind of scared of that because I don't know what it is. Yeah. And so once we show them, once we, create that path like we're doing, I think it'll be a no-brainer for them.
I think it's a build it and they will come thing. The first team to get involved is probably going to be the best situation for them. And then, when that goes well, it goes well because, he's NFL and NBA. They're very skittish, right? They have a program that they stick to that's been working. So, I think eventually, the NBA's trying. They're trying, but, we talked about their project. It was love you guys up there, but it was.
You're trying.
You're trying.
At
least the NFL hasn't done anything, so later, so we're a little ahead. But even with I think baseball. I was at the league offices. They were saying that baseball is trying to reach out to the NBA and NFL, trying to figure out what are they doing as far as the metaverse NFT thing, and they're all kind of collabing, kind of filling off each other. So it's coming. It's coming.
No, absolutely. And just kind of your point where, this can be applied to sports, concert venues, and, everything else, hotels, just the scalability is just what's so, I guess, appealing for me as somebody from the outside looking in, and just the baseline of this idea. Like when I heard you guys talk about, when you came into his room, or you came into his room and you were like, this is it. I can picture that. I'm like, it makes sense because this is the platform that you're just going to be able to scale the shit out of. Pardon my French, but I love it.
Appreciate that. And also how when Eric was saying how it's endless, there's so many early conversations that we all had, the three of us, and when Mike came on the team as well, all the team is there's so much opportunity to go. We can go in so many different areas. It's about, building in the correct order and making sure that we are, like Blake said, is providing that service. And so that's why, when it comes to the mint, the amount of mint, and kind of all that, we're carefully and strategically planning to make sure that not only can we successfully provide the service to one person, but we can also successfully provide that service at scale, and that everybody feels the same level of attention, because at the end of the day, our goal is to make sure that everybody at that tier is in the same exact boat, and gets that utility that has been put alongside it.
I see in the future. You got Lifestyle DAO MasterCard or something, stuff like that is just cool, man. I think it's but that was good, man. That's our time, man. Thanks for coming, Lifestyle DAO. We're gonna have a little event later, man. Have a little fun as we should, and
Absolutely. I guess the first collab blockchain boys
First of many.
Lifestyle DAO event.
Thank you guys so much for having us. Really appreciate it. It was amazing coming on and speaking with you guys, and thank you guys for having us. Really appreciate it. And shout out to Common Ground. Thank you guys for hosting us.
Yes, sir.
Really appreciate it.
Before we go, give them all your guys' socials. Let them know where they can follow, because I don't think they could see the little link.
Yeah. Go socials, Lifestyle DAO socials. You give your socials, and if you want.
I'm Blake Barron _ Barron BARON 1R.
Mike Mumola MUMOLA.
At Eric Coleman on all the platforms, ERIK COLEMAN. And more importantly, at Lifestyle DAO.
Yes.
That's where you find
For sure.
That's where you find the info.
For sure.
100%. Like Eric said, at Lifestyle DAO, and my personal is at Alexander M. Barron. And like Blake said, B as in boy, ARON.
Maybe we'll do I got some Lifestyle DAO gear. Maybe we'll do a little giveaway or something on Instagram or something.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Actually,
I'm going to give away right now for some gutter gear. But,
Okay. Yeah, we'll do a Lifestyle DAO gutter gear giveaway. Let's do that.
Oh.
We'll figure it out.
Let's do it.
I always say at the end of it, and Alex says this: Lifestyle DAO is not here to take part in the NFT space or anything. We're here to take over.
And welcome to the show.
Hey,
I love it.
Like that.
I love it.
Awesome.
Hey, as always, go follow, like, and subscribe Blockchain Boys at BBoysPod. Go like and follow at Lifestyle DAO, Lifestyle _DAO.
Lifestyle DAO.
Lifestyle DAO. All right.
And it's DAO, not the Dow Jones.
Yeah.
If they put DOW after these shirts right here, those are the people that's clicking on links. So
I'll say, hey,
Those are the people clicking.
stay tuned in to Lifestyle DAO for everything they have coming up, and when they're gonna have their mint date, and you're gonna start to be able to use this in real life utility. So we're definitely minting. We're looking forward to it. So
I just wanted to, sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, no, no,
Everyone's able to sign up for pre-sale. So if you're interested in signing up for the pre-sale, it's on our website at lifestyledao.io. Website looks beautiful too.
It's perfect.
love that.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you
you
guys.
guys.
Sir.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good shit.